going on, everyone? Welcome to today's video. After some reflection after yesterday's game, I can't help but feeling that that is just another result that will haunt us this season. We obviously dropped 3 points against Sheffield United, which for me I think was criminal. Dropping points against Everton as well when we should have gotten all three, criminal. I know it was a draw, but it felt like a loss. And then yesterday against West Brom, who are very deep in the relegation battle, along with Sheffield United, and we still cannot get it done. We still struggle, although we were dominant in possession. We should have won the game on paper, but realistically, the chances that were had that were most dangerous were those of West Brom. And I just feel like these types of results are going to screw us over. Again, there's all these individual errors. You know, a lot of people who have been Ollie out for a long time are those who are saying, oh, it's Ollie's fault, you know, he can't do this and that. Actually, it's always coming down to the same thing, which is individual errors. I think the changes that were made did improve us. I would have obviously preferred Mason Greenwood to have started the game, because I feel like Anthony Martial has just been in such poor form, and his performances don't warrant a place in the starting lineup. So everything compiled together, it just shows that what we are doing, what we're trying to do, it's just never going to work. You know, poor performances and players getting rewarded for doing absolutely diddly squat, and then defensive errors time and time again, and they just don't get quashed. They continue to happen. It's like we all know we're setting ourselves up for disaster every time. I don't feel confident with the defence at all. I really don't feel confident. You know, every time a ball gets put in, it gets through way too easily, and I can't help but watch that first goal in the opening 2 minutes of that game. I'm watching it over and over again, and I really don't understand how we can allow them so easily break us down. They won every header. You know, yes, people are saying Lindelof was fouled, come on. In today's game, yeah, it probably is a foul, and the goal should have been disallowed. But look, we've all liked football for a long time, and you know, we've seen a lot worse. We've seen tackles, we've seen, you know, football used to be real rough. Now you can't do anything, you know. And that goal, if I scored that type of goal, I'd be so happy. It's a good goal. It is a good goal. Shouldn't have happened though. Lindelof, why are you letting someone climb all over you? As well, we tend to start so badly, like all the time. It's very rare that we score first in a game, and sometimes when we do score first, we don't hold on to it. But a lot of the time when we concede early, we only start to play well towards the end of the game, and a lot of the time it's too late. In the last 7 games, you know, potential 21 points, we've only gotten, I think, 10 out of 21 points. That is not good enough. And the way the season is this season, it's going to be very, very tough to stay in the top 4. The way teams are performing, yes, everyone's having good days, bad days, but if we continue like this, I worry for our place in top 4. I do. City, I feel like they will start to run away with it. Ollie said in his press conference after the game that we're not going to let them run away with it. But the way our players are playing, the way our defenders are continuing to screw us over time and time again, it will happen. Chelsea are on a good run of form now. Liverpool have been terrible, but I'm sure they'll improve. You've got other teams creeping up our backs. Leicester doing very well. We're level on points with them. If we don't continue, I can see us dropping down, and you know, might be Europa League for us again. we have to improve, and that's not just the defence, the players as well. Martial, you've been terrible. I want him to do well, and I don't agree with any abuse that he is getting. Nobody deserves, every player deserves criticism of their performances. But when you are getting abused for something, it's unacceptable. So those people aren't fans. And that's not going to help someone improve. If you're having a bad run of form and people are bullying you online, that's not going to help. That is not going to help. But I do feel that he should be dropped. And Mason Greenwood, who has been performing very well, yeah, he might not be scoring goals, but Mason Greenwood has been doing really well. He's improved so much, especially with Cavani coming in. I feel like he's more of a team player now. Rashford, obviously, yes, he was playing out of position a lot, but I do feel like his decision making has been poor for a long time. He still is having a good season. Him and Bruno, they're top scorers. Rashford is assisting. He is doing very well. And I think people expect so much from Rashford, and it's unfortunate for him because people have such a high expectancy for Rashford to keep producing, and when he doesn't have those games, everyone thinks it's the worst in the world. I'll hold my hands up. I wasn't happy with Rashford yesterday at all. I think he had a poor game, and he frustrated me. He frustrated me massively with holding on to the ball too long, taking way too many touches, and then people were saying, yes, he's playing out of position to integrate Martial into the squad. Fair enough. But I do feel like when Rashford went out onto the left, he was still the same. Wasteful at times. And he can improve too. Martial, bench him. David De Gea, I love De Gea, but I do feel that he possibly should be dropped. Some people won't agree with me on that, and I understand why, but that's part of having an opinion. I feel like Dean Henderson is a great goalkeeper, and I feel that the confidence players have in De Gea, I just don't feel like it's clicking. I feel like Harry doesn't trust De Gea doesn't trust Harry doesn't trust Victor doesn't trust Harry, vice versa, all the way around. It's just a cycle. And I feel like that triangle of De Gea, Harry and Victor is just atrocious. It doesn't work, it can't work, and it's broken, and that needs to be fixed. We know that we've needed to improve our defence, and it hasn't been done in transfer windows. Obviously Harry Maguire coming in, yes, he cost a lot of money, but the price tag is irrelevant. He is our player now. He's the captain. They see something in him, obviously, but the pairing between him and Lindelof, it just cannot go on. It cannot go on, because if it does, we'll never progress. Yeah, we'll have some good games. We have had a good run of games with them two playing, but a lot of the time that's down to the other boys on the pitch as well. And it's not all them either. McFred, as people are calling him, Scott McTominay and Fred. Scott is great. I do like both of those players, but I feel like when we play them, it's too boring, slow, safe, and trying to protect the defence, and it just doesn't work. We have literally no creativity except from Bruno trying to make things happen, and we cannot keep relying on Bruno to make all these things happen constantly. It's not fair, and I can see the frustration out of him. He's still doing very well, scoring goals. He's got an insane amount of goals since coming into the Premier League. It's absolute madness. Like, I honestly don't think anyone expected him to do as well as he has done. He's been incredible, but again, that's not enough, and that's nothing to do with him. It's everyone as a collective. It's not good enough. You can question Ollie about players that are getting played when they shouldn't be. Eric Bailey is back from injury and he was on the bench. A lot of people question that. I question that. I wonder why. Why are you not playing Bailey and Harry Maguire? Because I do feel like they've done very well. I've said it before. I feel like Eric Bailly makes me very nervous. I feel like he's just going to give away a free kick or a penalty, or just, he scares me. But I still feel more safe with him playing than I do with Harry and Victor Lindelof together. It's insane. There's players on the bench that we have that come on and they do make differences, but I feel like they're not getting enough time to show. They're not getting started, and they should be. They should be, because Manchester United right now have been bottling games that they should be winning, that they should have won. Everton game, Sheffield United, those type of games. They're games that you have to win. If we're not going to be beating City, Liverpool, Arsenal, like those teams, you have to be beating the other ones, and we're not. We're giving them points. We're gifting them goals. Yesterday, the ball back for Harry Maguire when David De Gea had to make those 2 saves to save our ass. I watched that and I actually cringe, because the ball is played in and Harry, instead of, he has time to boot that away. He did. And he's trying to hold the player off. The player is all over him and pulls him down a little bit, and Harry, like Mo Salah, just dives down to the ground with his hands waiting for a free. And then Diagna, or whatever his name is, takes a shot, De Gea blocks it, bobbles up in the air, and he's about to head it into an open goal. And thank God for De Gea getting his hand and tapping it away. That was atrocious from Harry Maguire. Absolutely atrocious. What are you doing? Throwing yourself on the ground when you are a defender. You're the last man and you're falling down for a free. What happened if that didn't? What happened if David De Gea didn't make that second save and that goes in, and then you've literally threw away the game? I know Harry had a decent game. He was trying to attack. He had a header that could have won us the game in the last few minutes. He was definitely trying to redeem himself. And look, Harry Maguire doesn't want to play badly for Manchester United. He doesn't want to make mistakes for Manchester United, but it's happening. And I see, it's pressure, because obviously when the team performs this way, it's all on him because he's the captain. But yeah, that moment in the game really bothered me, because there was so much wrong with it. And it just kind of sums us up, really. It sums up our defence. It's very frustrating. Very, very frustrating. And you probably think, oh, spoiled. Look where they're sitting in the league. We're second. I'm not giving out. I'm just expressing my frustration. And where we are in the league, we should be doing better. That's the annoying thing. That is the annoying thing. We should be close to City, if not ahead of them. City have had great performances and stuff, but the way United have thrown away games and, gifted teams goals, that's the problem. If those things didn't happen, I'd be smiling right now. But it's not. And to be honest, I don't really see much changing. I don't think Harry and Victor will be taken from the team. I don't think Ollie is going to do that, because he believes in his players, and that's not a problem, believing in your players and trusting your players. But those are the players that are going to ruin Solskjaer's time here if he doesn't do something about it. Martial as well. Solskjaer was quite angry when he was asked about Martial yesterday. Someone asked him after the match in the conference. They said basically that, do you think Martial's low on confidence because he's having a bad run of form? And Solskjaer spat out and was like, are you making a statement or is that a question? La 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 la, and he was very defensive of his players, and it's nice to see that he has his players' backs, because obviously the manager before was always blaming players, throwing them under the bus. Ollie takes full responsibility a lot of the time, and it's because he doesn't want to rattle his players. I'm sure behind closed doors he's all, trying to help them and improve them. A lot of people have problems with the way Ollie is, and say he's too nice and he doesn't know what he's doing. You're very, very wrong about that. The people who are constantly giving out about him probably have never even done a coaching badge for football. I question whether they've even played for a football team. Ollie is where he is because he has the CV for it. Yes, he might not have won stuff. He's probably had, he was relegated with Cardiff. I know that. But I feel like under Solskjaer we have an identity, we have a purpose, we have been doing well, and we've been seeing some of the best football that I've seen since Sir Alex. And yes, the inconsistency is very annoying, but I feel like it's mostly down to individual errors. And it's frustrating as fuck. Apologies for cursing. But yeah, guys, let me know what you think in the comments below. Who do you think should be dropped? Who do you think should be integrated into the team? I feel that we should see a lot more of Donny van de Beek because he can create stuff. He has the movement and a lot of people think that Bruno and him can't work together. I beg to differ. And I think we'd see a lot more of an improvement with those two playing together. We miss Pogba. He's injured, yes, but we're not going to have Pogba for very long anyway, I don't think. So, we need to get used to the idea of not having him for games and finding a way of improving. Let me know what you think. Dean Henderson or David De Gea. Who would you want in goals? Are you sticking with De Gea? The loyal servant of the club. Well, obviously if that fax machine had worked that time, it may have been a different story, but he's here and he has been for a long time. He is a legend. Are you sticking with him, putting your trust in him? Or do you think it's time for Dean Henderson to get a decent run out? Because I do feel like I'm starting to sway towards that option myself. And that's nothing against David De Gea, it's just a bit of a difference. I always want to see Eric Bailly over either or Harry Maguire or Victor Lindelof. But again, I don't really see it happening. But yeah, Bruno Fernandes, again, the goal yesterday, it's such a shame of the result because that goal will just be forgotten. And, when a player scores a goal like that, a really good goal with their weaker foot, let's say, it's hard because they're just forgotten because the result has been shit and everyone is angry, everyone is mad. I feel really angry at the recent results because we've just thrown it away. And then, when you're coming up against bigger teams who are doing well, who have a good run of form, they're probably looking at us, licking their lips, thinking that defence is there for the taking. I don't think any team comes up against Manchester United right now and fears us. I think every single team, bottom of the league, top of the league, mid-table club like Arsenal, I know when they come up against Manchester United, they're licking their lips and saying, we have this, we can do it, we can score goals against them. All you have to do is this. They know our weak spots and we are not fixing it. And we're allowing the balls get leaked through. And we're there for the taking, and that is the problem. No one fears us, and we have important games coming up. We're in the Europa League. We have Real Sociedad coming up, and I just feel very unconfident in the team right now. Obviously, Bruno gives me hope because he can come up with moments of magic, but even now with his magic moments, we're still not getting it done because of those mistakes. And yeah, I'm going to leave it at there. If you're new to the channel, hit subscribe, drop a like on the video, and of course drop a comment. Let me know your thoughts on Manchester United, what's going on, the game yesterday, or anything I have said in the video, whether you agree or disagree. Let me know your thoughts. I'll see you for the next video, guys. Thanks for watching.